Hey, Danny Radin here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the most important topics that most traders actually really struggle with, and that is market structure. Market structure can be a very tough topic for many people, especially when combining different time frames. So what we're going to be doing today is jumping into the charts, and I'm going to show you how to accurately interpret market structure so that you can get an alignment with the big picture and the higher time frame structure, and then how to work in entries. So let's jump over to the charts now and we can start diving in. So here in front of you is Great Britain USD, and we have a bullish trending market here, and that should be pretty obvious for most people. We can see price starting here and has done nothing but climb up and up and up. But a lot of traders, when they come into the market, and based on what they're typically being taught and how to read market structure, it's trend lines, support, and resistance. So the main way that you have been probably taught how to trade is you look for a trending market like this. And what you're doing to find your entries and targets and where to put your stop loss is you're drawing trend lines. So you're trying to connect lows like this. And it's very hard because you might have things that look like this or lower, and it's very subjective. It's very hard to connect all these different lows, and you're trying to find the best ones to make the most sense of things. So you're taking this and then you're adding support and resistance. So something like this. Here is resistance, an old high, price breaks through, it comes back, now it's acting like support and then continuing up. And that is something that you're looking for it to repeat. And that's how you're getting your entries. So you're looking for a buy here on the trend line, on this new support, stop loss might go down here, and then you're looking to target whatever it might be, the next significant level. So the problem here is these things are very subjective. And then you're taught this, right? If you go onto Google and you search retail or support, resistance, and trend lines, you're gonna see a lot of examples like this. And you're seeing these cookie cutter, perfect examples, and then you get into the market and it looks nothing like it. You're seeing stuff like this, and you're finding resistance like this, and you're getting stopped out. You're finding trend lines and you're trying to, if we just take this here, right? We got those lows, nothing really else. We can take this low here, we'd be cutting off this low here, and if that runs up, you can see price breaks there. So maybe it's something like this. You have resistance here, right? Price breaks through, comes a lot deeper there. You have another resistance here, price comes up a lot deeper there, and you can drag that over, and it's like the same thing, right? Another break retest level here, price breaks and it comes way deeper. So like you're taught these different things based on these lines, these trending lines, horizontal lines, support, resistance, and you're just finding that you're not getting any traction with your entries or your results. So I'm gonna shift your perspective a little bit today, and I'm gonna show you how you can accurately get behind structure and find the right points for your entries. So just looking at this example here, let's just use this price action here. Now, what I personally use for my structure points is manipulation. So here's what I mean. When I am looking for a trending market, right? Because that's ideally what I want to get behind. An easy to read market direction. So here we can clearly see price is bullish. So when I look for price that is pushing up, what I'm looking for is an aggressive run on lows and then a strong push up. And I'm always looking for something like that. So here would be your resistance and then support. So I'm not looking for anything like that. So there you go there. And same deal. So if I grab that tool and price starts pulling back, maybe we get like a little bit of a bounce, maybe we got a double bottom. I'm looking for something like this. A price action that completely disrespects these levels, runs on lows, and then produces an impulsive move. And that is manipulation, or otherwise you might commonly know this as a stop hunt. And then when you have those areas of manipulation like we have here that produce a strong impulsive move, or like here, running on these lows here, running on the support resistance, and then producing a strong impulsive move, those are the structure points that you want to get behind. So here would be our lower high, here is our lower high, here is our higher high. Everything else doesn't matter to me. Those are what I'm focusing on. So with that being said, let's take a look at the chart. So when we look here, right, if somebody was looking at this area here, and let me just throw it in replay mode here, and we'll just walk through this price action. So if somebody saw this push up here, maybe they have a trend line, maybe they're doing something like this. Again, you can see how subjective it is. Maybe they're doing something like this, connecting these lows and doing something like this. You always have to recognize that these areas, there's so many people also doing the exact same thing. And there's clusters of stop losses and orders and sell stops and buy limits. All of these different things are just accumulating under these highs and these lows. So we would have stop losses that would be under this low. So in a situation like this, I would be anticipating this, a run on that low before a strong move up. I'm not looking for this. I'm not looking for a trend line bounce. Trend lines, support and resistance do not move the market. All they're doing for me is showing me where I don't want to put my stop loss and where I don't want to enter the market. It's that herd mentality. And it's just the common phrase that I'm always running through my head. Where is price going to run that will hurt the most people? So if I see a resistance level and I can see multiple touches on it, I know that most people are viewing that as a selling opportunity. And where are they putting their stop losses? In that area above. There's an accumulation of money, liquidity building in that area. And that would tell me, okay, I don't want to put my stop loss there. I'm either one, going to be targeting that if there's an opportunity to, or I'm going to wait for price to push into that area and potentially create manipulation and a pattern that I can then take advantage of. So let's run this price action and see what happens here. So price is pulling down to that trend line. That would be entry right there for most people. And they would be doing something like this and putting stop losses under those lows here and maybe targeting this high. Who knows? So let's play it. So we can see price would have stopped. You can see it took that low, disrespected that trend line. And most people, when that trend line breaks, they're immediately flipping to the other side. So when this happens here, let me pause that. Let's go back a little bit. When most people see a break of a trend line or break of support resistance, so for example, if I see this, a lot of traders are doing this, selling here, buying here, and if price breaks these levels, right, how are traders taking advantage of this? One, they're selling off the top and putting stop losses here, or buying off the bottom and putting stop losses here. Or they're putting buy stops trying to catch the breakout and stop losses would go here. Same thing on the top. If they're believing price to come down and trying to catch a breakout, they would put sell stops here trying to catch this. Or if price breaks this level, they're looking for a break, retest, something like this. So if a certain level breaks, just like a trend line, if we have something like this, and you got your trend line, and price breaks it like this, immediately traders will be looking for selling opportunities off of this break retest level and do something like this. And we're looking for price to do this and then test the manipulation there. So let me get rid of my scribbles here. Let's go back to the chart. So this one wasn't really significant, but we can see if we take those equal lows here, we can see price went below those lows before doing this and running to the upside, capturing the highs. Okay, so that is mainly what I'm looking for. So for me, that candle there that captured the low, that could be viewed as an opportunity to buy and targeting a high here. Okay, so let's continue playing this out. Let's speed price up here and let's just get up here a bit. So it's the same deal where if we look at this example here, before price ran on that high and you have price starting to climb up, again, it's, you know, they're drawing their trend lines, they're drawing their support and resistance, you know, maybe they're doing something like this, or maybe they're doing something like this. There's so many possibilities, and that's why it's not the best way to be trading or to determine a directional bias or find opportunities. So you have a resistance level here. You can see a double top resistance level, and we can see price broke through this level and tested it. And that is a classic break retest opportunity. Price breaks through resistance, now it's support, and now we're trying to look for price to come higher. And what I'm waiting for is, again, I'm looking for manipulation. I'm looking for price to run on an area of lows or a ranging market and then show a strong bullish move to the upside, and then I look for entry. So ideally, we're looking for something like this. Boom, strong move down, and then an aggressive move up. And then that is how you can get your entry. So we can see that right there, okay? So we can see price pushes down and respects this area here, taking out all of these lows, and then aggressively pushes to the upside. So that is creating the structure that we don't need to worry about trend lines. We don't need to worry about support resistance or double tops or double bottoms. All we're looking for is strong manipulation that leads to a strong push up in that trending direction. So when we have that happen, that is the opportunity. That is how you take advantage of the market. There is your last down candle here that ran on lows, engulfing candle, strong impulsive move up, creating a higher high. So you can see there's a lot of higher highs here and a lot of lower lows, and then this here would look like a break of structure. That would invite sellers to come in, but we can see price continued up, making a new higher high. So since there's manipulation that got behind that move, that is our swing point. That is the trading range that we want to focus on. Higher low and higher high. Nothing else in here. These higher highs and higher lows in here, those aren't what we want to pay attention to. That's not what we want to get behind. And just paying attention to this one thing can dramatically impact your results. So let's continue playing it. I have the replay mode sped up a little bit. So we can see price trades back down into this candle, this manipulation candle, where we know a large volume of orders came into the market. Price comes back down into this candle and then aggressively runs up, little test here, continues up, running this double top here, right? Double tops, double bottoms, those are viewed as potential reversal opportunity. And again, it's just the same thing over and over again. When you have that pattern and price breaks through, this is what retail traders will continuously look for. So here's resistance, and they would look for a buy up like that. Now it's new support. And again, what I'm looking for is something like this. Let's get rid of that there, right? Let's grab this tool. And again, I'm looking for something like this. Boom. Disrespects that level and then produces that move there. That would give me a new trading range and a real higher high and higher low that I want to pay attention to for my opportunity. So let's get out of replay mode and let's go back into this price action, and we can just quickly run through and show you, because if I go on the line chart, you can see it's showing a lot of higher highs and a lot of higher lows. So we know the direction is bullish, but again, we can see higher low, higher high, same here, but boom, looks like a break of structure only to push up. So those aren't points we want to pay attention to. This is here. And we can see it ran, then pushed up. So if I go back to the candles, we can see the same thing happening here. Here's your little break retest level. Here is a cluster of lows, and then look what took place. Price pushed down before pushing up, and we can see price tested this little candle here. Now, I'm not diving into the lower time frames or how to get exact, precise entries here. We're looking at zones. Of course, we can go to lower time frames, find smaller candles, throw our fibs on there, get tighter entries to increase the risk to reward. But what I'm showing you here, doesn't matter if it's a daily, a 1 minute, or 15 minute, you're gonna see the exact same patterns happen over and over again because the market is fractal. But we can just focus on the patterns here. So again, we can see all of these lows here. If I zoom in, we can see these lows, support level, price disrespects this level. So nice, strong, bullish engulfing candle. We can see price comes back down and respects the manipulation candle. We have a nice little double top here forming, resistance level, cluster of stops here, and price respects the manipulation candle before continuing higher. And again, we can see the same thing starting to happen here. We can see a ranging market, we can see resistance, we can see a support level there, a double bottom, another break retest level. And look what happens before the move, right? Big push up to the upside, but we can see manipulation here before that. So that's always going to be the focus point, the manipulation, and just being patient enough to wait for it. And then again, look what happens. If I go to a line chart, we're going to see more higher lows, higher highs, and then look, this is looking like it's breaking down, breaking structure, turning bearish, only to come back down and disrespect another break retest level. So again, we can see resistance, now price breaks through it, and it's acting like support. So retail traders are coming into the market with their trend line, break retest, support resistance strategies, and they're looking at this as an opportunity. Let me get this line out of here. Let me pull that back down. And that is where they're looking for opportunity, on this support level. And we're looking to get behind the manipulation that ran on these lows. So this is the candle we want to focus on here. Just like this one here. Just like this one here. Okay, so another break retest level, buildup of liquidity here, and we would be anticipating price coming down and respecting this manipulation candle here. So with that being said, that would be the swing low that we want to pay attention to, and this would be the swing high. So that would be our structure point, our swing high to our swing low, and then let the liquidity build up. When I see this happen right above a manipulation candle, knowing that it's enticing retail traders to come into the market too early, I get excited because I know that liquidity is going to be a catalyst for another continuation move. So here, just like the other examples, we would be anticipating that level to be violated like this. Another test here, they're anticipating this while we're anticipating price coming lower into that level, respecting this manipulation candle, then the continuation move up. Okay, so let's play this out. I'll slow it down a little bit. So there, the support level completely violated, almost a pinpoint entry on this manipulation candle before it makes its move and starts continuing up. Another test there, and then boom. Okay, so that is going to really help you approach the market differently. That is going to show you the real true structure points that you want to get behind. So if you're putting your stop losses in an area that isn't manipulation, you're putting it with the herd mentality, where everybody else is, where clusters of orders are accumulating, and that's just a danger zone. That's typically, if you've ever experienced identifying an area and thinking price is going to push up, but you get stopped out first, this is typically why. So if you shift the focus a little bit and wait for manipulation to happen, meaning a run on lows or a run on highs or a violation of a support level or resistance level or a trend line before you see price aggressively push up, those are going to be the true swing points that you want to focus on that will give you solid structure points that you can draw your fibs on, identify kill zones, identify your manipulation candles like we did here, and give you very solid entries. And you're gonna have a lot more confidence putting your stop losses below these areas where you have manipulation. And then also too, targets, which will be a whole other video. You can obviously take a hint at what we're targeting with what we're seeing being violated all the time. Other resistance levels, support levels, etc., etc. So hope you got value from this. If you did or have any questions, make sure to drop a comment below. And of course, make sure you also like and subscribe to the video.